abandoned. I knew neither of them would face me himself. Who sent you? Was it Delph? Agnar? So, you're here on behalf of Delph, that traitorous sow. I gather you're here to send a message as well. Let me guess. Blood has been paid for his crimes. What Delph doesn't realize is that the blood right is a privilege of the Red Legion, and he lost that privilege when he betrayed us. The choice is yours, stranger. Throw your lot in with the monk and his coward god, or work for me. At least I will pay you for your trouble. Don't tell me you're as thick as your friend Delph. I require his death. Either you can do it, or I will send another. It's your choice. Unwise. Some of us are richer than kings. If you're not with us, you're against us. The Red Legion drinks the blood of its enemies.
Damn Red Legion.
It's done? I don't know how I feel. It's like the end of a long nightmare. How can I ever thank you? I took up a collection around the mission. I lied and said it was for charity, but you understand. The others can never know. Thank you. I'll admit it. My past is a tapestry of drunkenness and loose morals, women and wine. I'm not proud of it, but I couldn't have gotten where I am without making mistakes. See you soon.
This here's Darden Hill Village, traveller.
Hello. We'd normally be better stocked, but with the blood plague, well, come back anytime.
These damn bombers. Ah, the castle. This tells me that your tavern will be a part of Loch Dyden for decades to come?
Last month you told me that the plague would take us all.
I know, but that's not what fate says anymore.
Damn it, Agarth. You're cut off.
Yeah, and I bet I know whose fault that is.
You're a brave soul coming to Dydenhill. This little village is faring pretty badly, and I would know. I was in the war. It's in your best interest to fill your pack and depart as soon as you're able. The blood plague works fast, very fast. It's pretty nasty, and I've seen my fair share of infections and ailments. We had plenty of them in the trenches and on the walls of Melson Shear. I'd rather not talk about it if that's okay with you. I think about the war enough as it is, and I doubt these wolves will ever let me forget it. You met Gisela? How? I sent that death notice. She should know that I'm dead. She cannot know that I survived. Call me a coward, call me whatever you wish. I am not the same man she wed so long ago. I am broken. I cannot subject her to the nightmares, the wounds, the restlessness. I will spare her that torment. I don't know. I've endured much, but perhaps she has endured even more. Her silent vigil has no doubt been as trying as my time on the battlefield. You're right. This reunion is one we both deserve. We have earned our happiness. How could I have ever considered anything else? Thank you truly. Thank you. I paid a scholar to fashion a false death notice, the kind the army uses to inform the next of kin that a soldier has fallen in the line of duty. A courier left with it several days ago. All my hope for Gisela's future went with it. My father's got the car.
Damn Red Legion.
It is you! I never dared hope that this day would come. Once you start to believe in the fantasy, the Camden has returned to me, and you have made it so. You have done the impossible, and for that, I owe you more than this meager reward. I can see a future now, where before there was only the harsh cold of a long winter. Now there is the warmth of spring. Thank you. Goodbye.
There are bandits.
Another, is it?
War-sworn work? Good. The gold's run low and my mother's not doing so well. To the Warden's bridge it is. This humble work is an honor. It's seen its share of hardship, so I can serve in the militia and do what I can. All able bodies must serve in turn. Since Warsworn know how to fight, we're usually the first called. Aye, the one smack in the heart of Lorca-Rain. Go north of here, then east, then south along the road. Farewell, Mother. I won't be long.
Yes, what?
It's your fault that I can't pay my tab, you know? I wasn't ever supposed to come back here in the first place. I've spent the last 20 years knowing what fate had in store for me. And then you... Damn it. I thought I had my life figured out. Not for a Fate Weaver, it isn't. But that's just the problem. When I was young, I thought I could overcome anything. Now, I know otherwise. I fought beasts the size of trees, was celebrated by mortals and Fae alike. When I was initiated into the Fate Weavers, I thought it was a reward for my good deeds. The first time I saw my own fate, I realized it was nothing but a curse. My own death, of course. But not a hero's death as I had always dreamed. I was going to die alone and unknown, killed by an Etin and used for stew. It was a terrible end, but I knew it was part of fate's greater plan. Then you came and changed that future. You stole my part in the tapestry. I was at peace with knowing the worst. But what do I do now that there's nothing to know? You're right. My glory days don't have to be over, and as long as I'm around you, I don't know how my story will end. That means I've got to make sure you stay around in one piece. Maybe this old trinket from my youth will help. After all, I don't just owe you my life. I owe you my future. Why, I once tracked the Yeth of Avgrun on a moonless night by smell alone. Fey or not, I could have tracked those Tuatha sober. They've set up in a cavern north of town, complete with some way of scrying your location. That's how they found you so easily. I have a plan, but it'll take the both of us to work. These soldiers were sent out with one purpose: finding you and making sure you stay dead. Everything else, the Well, Arden, Hughes, have all been collateral damage. They're using something big to track you. They call it the Eyes of Tirnoch. Smash it, and they won't be following you anymore. The main entrance is heavily guarded and will require a strong attack. The other route is trapped. It'll need a subtler approach. Good, good. I'll charge in the front and get their attention. You slip in and smash the Eyes of Tirnoch. That way we'll make sure they can't escape to report back to whoever sent them here. Good luck. This is their escape route. It'll have traps, but few guards. You might be able to use their defenses against them, if you're clever. I'll distract the guards at the front and make sure none of them escape. The mine has a main entrance and an escape tunnel. The main one is heavily guarded, and the escape is heavily trapped. I saw them bringing Barghests down in cages, probably still being trained. Turn the beasts free, and I bet they cause some chaos for you. The eyes of Tirnock are two immense prismere mirrors. Long as the Tuatha have them trained on you, they'll find you anywhere. Good luck. I'll see you inside. Over here, you Tuatha bastards!
Can you tell me the difference between a creature of nature and a child of dust? You and you. No.
Over here, you Tuatha bastards!
The undying mortal has grown tired of running, has he? Decided to fight back? Can you tell me the difference between a creature of nature and a child of dust like yourself? We children of nature know our roles. Meek and mighty, prey and predators, life and death, all serve the cycle. You children of dust do not know your place. You come into our land. You come to face your hunters. And you don't know when to die. You shall learn. In time, all mortals will know the might of Gadflow, blessed herald of the merciful Tirnoch. All mortals end, even if some are more persistent than others.
At least the Tuatha won't be able to track you so easily now. But it looks like you've got the personal attention of their king, Gadflow. If you were anyone else, I'd suggest you start running and not stop for a few years. But you might just have a chance. You're doing well, so far. You've blinded them here, and they haven't killed you yet. And much as I hate to say it, you'll need to take Aelin Shear up on her offer of help. The Codex of Destiny should hold some answers for you. For all I know, you've already met her in the House of Ballads. But it sounds like she's the only lead now. Whoever that Aelin Shear is, I don't think she's our enemy. If she wanted us dead, she could have killed us while we were weakened. But she's still trouble. Reminds me of a dark elf who left me half naked and tied to a bar guest once. Now those were the days. We should be able to get out this...
By Matharu, I am growing worried for Brother Felon. The day is come and gone, and he still has not returned. Killed? Oh dear. Well, he is with Mitharu now. I hesitate to ask, but did you happen to take his prayer beads? Terrible if they were left to lie there with him. Why, yes, they are. And so he is dead then? Well, he has joined Mitharu. You should know we have a tradition. Rather than bury prayer beads, they are passed on to some other believer. Tell me, do you adhere to Mitharu's creed? Mitharu is not a jealous power. You are still a child of order if you do good. Keep the beads and do as I tell you. At each mission, Odwig's, Edric's, and our own, there is a special shrine to Mitharu. Go you and pray at each one, and the power of Mitharu will grant your beads great and greater strength. Pray at the shrines of St. Edric's, St. Odwig's, and before this very mission. At each one you pray, the beads will be improved. Mitharu watch and guide you always.
What brings you to our humble mission? You have heard of our remarkable shards and gems, perhaps? Are you a follower of Mitharu, here to worship? Ah, a follower of the great order of the world. You are, of course, welcome to our humble mission, and all of Mitharu's homes.
Stay indoors after sundown.
It's busy today. I've got supplies if you need them. Bye.
I'm exhausted.
But you've saved us. Billis widows. We've still a long now. What is it that I can do for you? Beware the forest.
Listen, all of you. As you've clearly heard, a rare vacancy has occurred in the House of Ballads. There has been an event, a great twist in the narrative of our kind. Sir Sagril has fallen. Sagril, slayer of Ozigan, defender of the crown of Haxi, has been defeated. A death in the House of Ballads gives an opportunity, a chance for one hero to join the ranks of the greatest champions in fey-telling. Olain, Kreth, Wenson the Bold. Do any of you, have the courage to pass the confirmation? If you do, your adventures will be sung to the heavens for all eternity.
Glynel, I assure you it's an ancient codex, just like in the tales.
Intriguing. And why would such a thing be revealed to a child of dust?
And here I was beginning to think that you'd never show up. This is Glynel, lore master of the House of Ballads. Give the codex over to him, and he may have your answers. The Tuatha are a radical sect of Fae within the Winter Court, led by Gadflow and his insane rants about their new god. They've taken power and declared war on mortals. They use raw prismia to enhance their power, and their devotion borders on madness. But the most terrifying thing to the Fae is simply the fact that their siblings have changed so completely. A close friend once told me, strive to be whatever you want to be. Fate might be a lie, but if it isn't, then worrying about it won't change a thing. Lore Master Glynel has devoted centuries to the study of lore and ancient Fae stories. The codex he found isn't just any lore stone. Just talk to him, and I'm sure he'll be able to shed some light on the issue. Be on your way.
You must be Lady Shear's friend. She speaks very highly of you. An occasion rare enough to be worth recording in its own right. But let's see this codex. The fabled Codex of Destiny. When the Fate Weavers formed their order, our High King gave his own wisdom to assist them. To have such knowledge in your hands is a tremendous gift, but why did it reveal itself to you? Nonsense. All children of dust have a story that is written before you see your first dawn. Now, I can only make out some parts, but this is odd. The Codex speaks of an exception, a void, an end to the endless. This is simply too much. The High King would never pawn such absurdity off as wisdom. I'm sure you think it is. I fear you must have been taken in by a forgery. A perfectly created one, perhaps, but a forgery nonetheless. But this codex speaks of impossible things, changes to fate, death of the immortals, and other heresies. To ascribe these lies to the High King would be... I'm sorry, but I must ask you to take it away. I will have no part in these lies. Is there a meaning to it? Only its author could tell you. Do not bother me with such foolishness again.
Lionel spends his life cherishing old stories, but show him something truly new, and he dismisses it. Tragic. First of all, we ignore this fool. Most Fae aren't comfortable with change, and you are certainly something new. I'm afraid that only one person will really be able to help us with the Codex, the High King himself. It will be difficult. His court is in the city of Issa. Very few mortals are permitted in its gardens. I do know one individual who can grant you permission to enter, but you'll have to meet him alone. Nerolim is more of a what than a who. You'll understand when you meet him. With any luck, he'll be more favorably disposed to you than he is to me. He's bound to be curious at least. You'll find him in southeast Dalentarth, at Caer Nerolim. Just head towards the giant tree and, well, you'll see. You'll have to meet him on your own. I'd accompany you, but Nerolim and I have our disagreements. Good luck with Nerolim, and ignore anything he says about me.
This does not concern you, mortal. You would not, could not, understand. One of our most beloved heroes has fallen. Sir Sagral's passing leaves his legend in peril. A seat in the House of Ballads cannot remain empty, lest the great stories end. And that must never happen. Sir Sagral, Slayer of Volzigan, Lord of the Morning Mists, and defend. Several days ago he departed to do battle with the Grave Thresh, his most famous and legendary foe. But there was, in this telling, it was the Thresh that bested Sagral. Such an outcome has never happened. I don't know what to make of it. You are bold, but that is not how tales are told in the House of Ballads. Only a worthy Fey hero. However, these are strange times. Magic weaves itself in new paths. If you so choose, join the other pledges. You too may attempt to defeat the Grave Thresh, recover Sagral's ring, and take his seat in the House of Ballads. He is Wenson the Bold, Falcon of Detir, Annihilator of Elkmar. Wenson founded the House of Ballads many seasons ago. It was meant to be a source of pride for all Summer Fae. We are the soldiers of summer, the guardians of the light of spring. However, our cycle is changing. Everyone has noticed the fires on the sea. For many seasons, the court of winter ruled alongside us as allies. Yet, even as our power wanes, theirs is mysteriously on the rise. It is a popular tale, featuring the Summer Court's most treasured rogue. One afternoon, Sagral, his head sleepy with wine and dreams of women, awoke to a terrible roar. The treacherous maid of Windermere, villain of the House of Ballads, was summoning forth a beast from beneath the earth. She wished to send it against. When the maid departed, Sagril tread into the beast's lair and killed it. Only the lair of the Thresh is east of this great house, in the hollow of Gorgoeth. In the evenings after dark, you can hear it still. Go now.
Why, hello. Let me take a look at you. Ooh, very fair you are. Too fair for the House of... I'm Ilova, instructor in the persuasive arts. That includes seduction, but you probably guessed that. Until... Next time. Always a pleasure to gaze upon your sweet face. How can I make you smile?
Welcome, ageless one. I am Arvia, but I suspect you know that already. The tides of fate have... See you soon.
Welcome. You've come to the right place, my friend. Yes, you have. This is where all the grandest questing goes on. Right in this bottle. Hey, old Ukobal will teach you everything you need to know about alchemy. Pinch of this, drop of that. Not much to it, really. Tell me what you need and I'll see to it you get a bottle. That is, unless care to learn. I can hardly discern one of you creatures from another. I mean, no offense, of course. I simply don't care. I really don't remember how I came to be here. So long as no one tells me to leave, I'll carry on. Spinning my own song I don't know.
Always a pleasure to gaze upon your sweet face. How can I make you smile today? Come back soon.
Mark my words. Bringing a Fae into the village will only cause our people grief. We'll see you soon. Welcome to Gorehart Inn. We'll see you soon. Welcome to Gorehart Inn. Stick around.
Brash dustling. You have no role in Fey telling. This story belongs to one of us, not some whelp fresh from the cradle. First that strange maiden, now this. What is it you want here in Gorgoath? Alas, Agrel's is a twisted tale, and we could use every available hand. You may stay, but the seat will never be filled by a mortal. Of that I am certain. We were too late to catch the thresh as it fed. Now the beast slumbers guarded by the vines and weeds of Gorgoath. But all is not lost. If we can destroy the roots before they take hold, we can rouse the beast. Come, I'll keep the thresh occupied while you seek out the heart vines. Keep your eyes open. Hollow is fighting back. I had no idea. Keep your eyes open. The warriors who fall around us, keep your eyes open.
2 times he drank his weight in wine, and many lovers pleased, and drunk from such idle pleasures, with lethargy was seized. On beds of grass he eased.
The warriors who fall around us, they are good fighters. True can keep your eyes open.
sudden sound and fearsome roar awoke our hero from his rest. The Maid of Windermere had called the grave thresh from its nest to have at her behest.
We're not through yet. How can this be? Sir Sagrel dead? I do not understand. Such a tragedy has never occurred in this song. Not in all the seasons of the telling. At the end of this ballad, Sagrel defeats the grave thresh. He is victorious. I don't know how, but someone has changed the song of Sir Sagrel. Listen. We are not alone. I do not like this.
Sir Sagril approached the spirit deep within Gorguath. He slashed its wicked stock and root, safe from behind its wrath, slyly from a side path. The mortal, amazing. A child of dust has defeated the grave thresh. What a tale you've claimed for yourself, my friend. You are granted the seat of Sir Sagril and all privileges hereto, including membership in the Court of Enchantments. Alas, there is no time for celebration. There has been another incident. The king has asked for you. Excellent. Speak with King Wenson in the oratory. It stands on the crest of Ettenmere, where it once hosted the lords and ladies of the High Court. Take this potion. You will need it to revive Sir Ferrara. Unless mortals have suddenly created a method of resurrection, it's our only option. You will know when the time has come to use it. Now go, find King Wenson. The telling is in your hands now. The Court of Enchantments has marched south to face the threat and to quell rumors. They're off with you.
I've got supplies if you need them.